it does. Let's see if that works.
Did it work? You going?
I don't know. I think we're going. There's somebody online. 10 seconds. There we are. That's good. Be like, yeah. Hey, Clone Captain.
Hello.
Nice to see you. So, on tonight's show, it feels weird to say that, we got Justin, who's a snowtrooper and a Jedi and a Kylo, and you've also been Revan. Anything else?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I have one secret project in the works, which...
Nice. Always exciting.
It's a different secret project than I told you about.
Okay.
But...
Wait, like another costume?
Yes, another costume secret project. So...
Now we both have secret costume projects going on. He knows what my secret costume project is, but he's sworn to secrecy.
Yep. I will not tell.
Because if he does, I'll feed him to the bears. Hey, Cody. Cody knows what it is. Oh, perfect. You told Cody, not me? Jeez.
I mean, I kind of had to.
It's just not cool. Not cool at all. So, we got 5 people. Is anybody on from Idaho yet? Because that's the main thing I'm waiting for. I know a few people down there.
Oh, well, Cody knows.
Cody, you know about that project. Yeah, I know about that one too, but not the... Anyway. So, Justin.
So me.
What's it like trooping up here? These bunch of crazy people up here.
Well, you definitely got it with the crazy people.
The crazy people. For sure.
No, it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's a good crowd, good crew of people.
That's good.
The weather is a little different.
Okay, so different like
colder. I went from trooping, like in the summer, trooping from like 90-degree weather to, what's it been, like in the 60s? 70s? At the highest?
Like last couple days? It's been like 56,
just pretty much all the troops that we've trooped.
Oh, except for the one super sunny one?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've probably been in the 60s. Maybe, well, except for the one that was really hot. The other ones have been like maybe in the upper 60s the most. Probably. Okay, Elite Clone Captain, you have a question. You didn't get to ask a question last time. Should you get your Stormtrooper armor from Original Stormtrooper? You should go on whitearmor.net and see what they say in the beginning of the forums. Like they've got a few like kind of read these things first sort of posts, and they have a list of different vendors that they like. I wouldn't say prefer, but that they have a good track record with everybody getting Stormtrooper armor. And they also have a good list of vendors, like if you're a larger person, aka taller or stockier, or if you're a smaller person, they have a list of like which armor fits those body types better, and they also list out like what the armor's made of, kind of probably like really guess about how long the wait times are on those people and stuff like that. So go to whitearmor.net, and I don't even know if you have to sign up for I don't know if you have to sign up there or not, but I already got ISB. What is ISB? You know what ISB is?
Imperial Security Bureau?
That sounds good. Tell me what ISB is, and then I'll answer that question. Yeah, Imperial Security Bureau. That sounds good. I like that.
It's
I like
Thrawn.
that. It's from what?
Thrawn, and then so I think so.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read the book yet. I'm working on it, but there was Battlefront 2, Inferno Squad.
True. That's in there.
When will my Kylo be 100%? September...
Wait, are you...
9th.
Is it coming up for sure?
I am bringing it, yes. I'm bringing Kylo.
That's awesome.
So...
Really?
I am.
That's great. That'll be fun.
I'm going to do test runs, kind of get back in the motions at Comic-Con.
When you're down?
When I'm down in Oregon, yes.
Okay.
And then bring it back up after I make sure everything's right, and have another Kylo up here.
Nice.
I've missed being Kylo.
Awesome. It'd be great because Sarah's working on a second costume too, so she'll be able to feel out how other costumes are. Let's see. Mark, you ask, what's your trick when putting on your helmet with the mic on? You also plan on getting the ROM FX Revo for your ESP Vader. Great on the ROM FX Revo. It's a really good choice. Putting the mic on, I have it smashed against my face, and then the balaclava kind of helps keep it in place. Did you have problems with your Kylo bucket?
No, not really. I just put it underneath the balaclava and...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have too much trouble. I do find every once in a while that I won't ever let anybody else use my mic because I use my tongue to, like, pull it back in place. Just FYI, if anybody else ever tries to borrow my microphone, you may want to rethink your life. So, oh, cool, Elite Clone Company. It was the Imperial Security Bureau. Nice job. Yeah. Okay. So you already have that costume. That's great. That's awesome. Brickworks Academy. You bite your mic when putting on the helmet. Yeah, I've done that before too. I also actually tried one time at the parade in July. I put my balaclava over my mouth and had it smash my mic against my mouth, which actually worked out kind of good. It made it, stay in place. The only thing is I had to get it in place because if it was out of place, I couldn't move it at all. Yeah. So, when did you get up here? Was it February?
It was like February 24th.
And then you trooped with us like
that
2 days
weekend,
later?
A couple days, yeah.
It
was cold.
And you were wearing your Jedi.
I was wearing a Jedi, which does not keep in the heat.
No, and especially because you just had robes, no cloak, no
overcloak. It was basically a thin pair of pants and maybe like 2 layers of thin fabric.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't bad, except for that we decided to go outside for a while because probably everybody except for Justin was hot, and then Justin was cold.
I should have just stayed inside.
And got colder. I was impressed though. You could really hold your pose together for long enough to take pictures before you'd go back to shivering. And
it's a skill that I've acquired.
Hey, Michael, thanks for joining the stream. Icon Design. Yeah, see, he's still alive. We're taking care of him up here. He's not been eaten by bears. He hasn't frozen to death yet, and he hasn't been stomped by a moose either. So, win, win, win so far.
Just means I won't be wearing my Jedi in winter up here. So.
Yeah.
Because that second one might be put to the test on that one.
Yeah, especially if we get up here in that cold weather. Okay, so we got some questions. Let's see. Any plan to make a Rogue One Darth Vader? No, I have no plans to make a Rogue One Darth Vader. Although I did show you in the last live stream what it takes to make an EFX bucket, an A&H bucket into a Rogue One Vader helmet. And then Mark asks, what are your thoughts on the new Kylo Ren outfit in The Last Jedi? I'm getting major ESB vibes from his new costume. What are your thoughts on the new Kylo costume, Justin? Coming from somebody who has done Kylo.
In my personal opinion, I do not like it.
Yeah.
It's the cape mainly. Like, capes are cool, don't get me wrong. It's just
I love my cape.
I feel like everybody's coming out with a cape now.
Yeah.
Phasma had a cape.
That's
Krennic,
true.
they gave him a cape. So it's like every new thing. Pretty soon, all of the stormtroopers are going to have capes. Everybody on the resistance side is going to have cape. It's going to go from Star Wars to Cape Wars.
Star Wars to Cape Wars. The thing that bugs me about it is, the quilting thing is like, I'm not a big fan of the quilting thing. It feels really medieval to me.
Yeah.
But the cape, I think I'd be more okay with the cape if it went to the floor. To me, that's what makes a cape cool, is when it just kind of creates a silhouette all the way down. Not when you have a silhouette down and 2 feet poking out of the bottom. It just loses some of the coolness factor, in my opinion, with a cape when you have little feet poking out of the bottom of a cape. I think that's just my, But yeah, the cape, I don't know. Do you think it's Vader's cape?
That'd be kind of weird.
I mean, that's the rumor, is he found Vader's cape and or one of them, and made it into one that worked for him.
No capes.
No capes, that's right. No capes. Let's see. I can't pronounce your username, but you're 5'8". Can it make a good height for Vader? 5'8" can do Vader just fine. You can get a lot of extra height from boots, lifts, and your helmet adds some extra heights. You can't, at least for the 501st, you can't put platform boots on where you have soles. The boots are that thick, because that is not cool. Vader in those kind of boots just doesn't look right. But I know guys that are 5'8" that have done a great Vader, because Vader's more more than height, Vader is about how you wear the costume and how you act when you're in the costume. I guess that's probably true for any costume. Like, you don't have to be exactly the same height to really pull it off well if you have the same attitude and kind of feel of it. So you can. 5'8", like you could get to 3-inch lifts and put you up at 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". Boots add about 2 inches, so that'd be 5'6", and then your helmet adds 2 inches or so, so you'd probably be like 6'2", 6'3". With it, 3-inch lifts though are like that you'd want to practice walking around in 3-inch lifts, and you need big boots to do it. But you could do it. You could totally do it. So yeah. Clone Captain says, should I submit my ISB outfit with pictures to the Cloud City Garrison in Portland? Is that where you are would you be in their territory? Because if you are, that's where you would want to submit. And yeah, if you've joined the ISC, the Imperial Officer Corps, their forums and stuff, and you've gone through and looked and you can put pictures on there and get feedback from the people who know those costumes the best. And then they can give you feedback and say, yeah, this is great. Then you need to adjust this or change that, and then you can submit from there. So, but yeah, if you have a complete costume and it's close to 501st approval, or you want to find out what it'll take to make 501st approval, then do it. I say. What?
We're too tall?
Who's too tall?
Jake said that...
I'm too tall?
Or no, John said that...
oh, yes.
said
No,
we're
you're
too
not
tall.
too tall.
And who's too
Wait,
short?
how tall are you?
6'1"?
6'1"? That's okay. It's a push in the tall side, but like Ryan's like 6'2" or 6'3". Brian's like 6'3". I have to stand on my tippy toes the whole time we're trooping to look taller than you guys. I don't really, but because with the whole costume on, I'm still hitting 6'9" something, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with 6'9".
Pretty intimidating.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big, and with like the 4 or 5 foot wide shoulders and the cape and breathing, it's good enough. And Vader was, I mean, really, he was about 6'9" in the movies. Like, don't believe any of the 7-foot stuff you hear. Not even close. Let's see. Mark says, with the new news being released, would you be excited for an Obi-Wan spin-off movie? And you really hope they get Ewan McGregor to come back as Obi-Wan. Basically, people want Logan, but with Obi-Wan. I haven't seen Logan, so I couldn't really comment on that. But I am really excited about an Obi-Wan movie. I think if they got Ewan McGregor to come back and do it.
I mean, they kind of have to.
They kind of have. He's still alive. Why wouldn't you? And he said he would do it. So, like, where's the problem there? And he was great as Obi-Wan. I mean, to me, he was probably one of the best parts of the prequels was him as Obi-Wan. I think he did a really good job. And he was fun to watch. I think he'd be great. So, yeah.
Well, with all the work that he's doing with Disney nowadays, I mean, they kind of have to hire him.
That's true. He's kind of already on the payroll, so why not? Icon Design says, too tall to be a trooper is a thing. No, it's not a thing. I just whine about it because, like, I would look way taller if all my troopers are like 5'6" and 5'8", but it's cool. I'm still pretty happy with all the troopers up here. Especially now that we actually have a snow trooper in Alaska. Thanks for removing that shame from our whole, outpost up here. That's great. Reese says, one other question specifically for the guest. That would be you.
Oh.
Can using for sale signs from the hardware store be good for making extensions on your armor? I'm afraid about how flexible it is. You mean like, what kind of armor are you talking about, Reese? I'm curious now. There's somebody that says, Justin. Daisha?
Yeah, that was Daisha.
Daisha, hey, I said it right. That's awesome.
Daisha and James, he's the one that took over the mantle of Revan.
Oh, nice. Nice. Let's see. Reclaimer Office says, do either of you have any advice on someone about to start a biker scout?
I don't know anything about biker scouts. Stay away from trees.
Yes, stay away from trees and Ewoks.
Yes, little teddy bears.
They don't work out well. You should join the what is it?
Pathfinders?
Pathfinders forum, yeah. Join the Pathfinders forums. Definitely get on there and see what they have to say and start there. That's the best way to do it, and that's my advice. Like,
pretty much the same advice.
Join the detachment forums for your costume. It will help you out tremendously.
You can get all the answers you need, and if they do not have it, you can most likely start a thread, and somebody somewhere will give you the answer you need. So.
Yeah, but it's pretty rare now not to like have that question have already been asked, like at least 50 times by now. Thanks, Michael, for answering that question. They break faster. He says they're fine, but they break faster than ABS. That I could totally believe. Like, totally. Fadel something or other says, what was my first Vader helmet? So my first Vader helmet, when I started, what got me started down this road was a Ruby's Vader costume that somebody gave me. And then this was my first Vader helmet, which is still the helmet I troop in the most. It needs a little like polishing now. It's starting to get a little bit of scratch, but it's good. It's still my favorite helmet because the best part is that you can go like this, and the dome doesn't fall off because it's bolted together, which I like a lot.
Impressive.
Yeah, right? And since I've worn it a whole bunch now, I've got it sitting exactly where I want it to sit, which took forever. It took like 6 months to get it to sit exactly where I wanted it. So, yeah, that's sort of my first real Vader bucket. Anyway. Mark Hoofman, you got an update for the stream when you told you could ask Zach Callison if he remembered us. Unfortunately, you didn't get to ask him. Oh, that's too bad. That's a bummer. Yeah, I just uploaded that episode today or yesterday. I think I uploaded it yesterday, the SenchiCon Day 2 episode. And, yeah, it's been kind of fun rewatching some of those old episodes, forgetting how much fun those were. Anyway, so rude. Cody. Let's see. Daisha says, good job, Jake. 90% of the people never say my name correctly. In fact, your Vader gave me a nickname due to never remembering it. Wait, is your Vader's name John?
It is.
Thank you.
Grandfather.
Thank you for that. Yeah, John and I were chatting the other about an hour and a half ago, actually, about sound systems. So, let's see. John says your first armor shins were for sale signs and they worked fine. Thanks, John, for chiming in on that. You would know, being that you've like reworked your armor now quite a few times and built your second kit. Almost built your second kit. Reese said he had to make extensions on his lower back armor for his TK, and I'm afraid because they need to flex so I can unvelcro. My TK is a Rogue One TK. Oh, cool. Rogue One TK. I'm curious to see how those... Like, they look a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, not better in the sense of, like, the costume looks better, but they look better from a wearing it standpoint. Like, it would be more comfortable, more mobile. And being that they have real vents in the helmet, probably a lot more comfortable, actually. Just that alone would be way more comfortable than any storm. Tell me about that, Justin. How is it wearing your bucket for hours on end? I know it's super lightweight. It weighs like a third of mine, but...
Yeah, but the real part that sucks is my helmet gets absolutely no ventilation whatsoever.
None at all.
So...
I get lots of fresh air in mine.
Because, I'm going to bring it up here. It has this vinyl stuff right here. And that does not breathe.
It does exactly what it looks like it's supposed to do, which is seal the whole helmet.
Oh, it seals it perfectly.
It does a really good job. It's really kind of sad.
We put 2 fans in. I don't know if you guys can...
Yeah. See that?
There's a fan.
And that
There's
fan.
A fan. It helps us. I mean, anything's better than nothing. But it just kind of pushes around hot air. So... it works a little bit.
So it helps, but not so much.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I need to figure out some sort of ice pack deal.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good idea. Have one blowing across a little gel pack in the back or something.
Cool breeze going through there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Could you just cut holes in the side of your helmet or something? I mean, come on.
I wish.
It's like, not going to happen. Maybe it's not going to happen. You had to do a snowtrooper.
I had to.
Why'd you want to do a snowtrooper? So I'm curious, like, why you... Because, like, for me, I never even thought about costuming until somebody gave me a Vader costume for Halloween, and then all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do any other costume. That was the costume I wanted to do, at least first. Now I'm gonna do a Chewie or a Wookiee at some point. But why did you want to do a snowtrooper?
Well, I got on the when I found out I was coming up here. I looked on the Garrison page on the 501st website, and I was looking at what all you guys had up here, and I saw
it was really all about us.
Stormtrooper, yeah.
Nice.
I wanted to be different. I wanted to kind of stand out.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Definitely did just that.
That's
so.
That's cool. So that's awesome.
I'm the only one.
He's
so.
the only one up here. There's a kit sitting under somebody's bed up in Alaska that has been sitting under their bed for years now. But anyway. Okay, so let's see. David asked me about saber conversions, flash on clash or 3 red LED. What's my preference? I prefer flash on clash. Unless you're doing a deep red saber, the gain you get from a 3rd red LED is not as big as you think it would be. It's a little bit more noticeable on deep red because deep red is so close to the ultraviolet. But yeah, and I like flash on clash. It's cool when it flashes. Even though I don't really use it that much because I don't duel with people when I'm in costume and stuff. But yeah, when you add LEDs together, it's not like adding 2 is double bright and adding 3 is triple bright. It's like it is incrementally brighter, but not like substantially brighter. Like the one in mine right now has 3 red LEDs and 1 white, and it's not like astoundingly bright or anything. What does yours have in it? Your purple one.
I want to say it has 3.
3?
Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyway, so yeah, I like flash on clash. Flash on clash is cool, especially if you ever do like just trade saber blows with a kid or something like that, and it flashes. They get a kick out of it. So.
I saw something about Kylo here.
Let's see. We love our Snowy. Yes, we do. So, Fa asks, any chance I'll make a tutorial on how to convert a Master Replica's ESB Force Saber to a Nano Biscotti? I should, because I've converted a bunch of them now. And it's really actually a pretty simple conversion. And the new Nano Biscotti version 4 is a great little card. It has so much potential and power packed in that thing, and it's tiny, and it's awesome. And it's really easy to work with. So, yeah. I should. Next time I do a conversion, I'll try and remember to make a conversion video of it. And I am getting around to, anybody who's wondering, I'm getting around to uploading my Kylo conversion video that I did, but I got to re-edit it because I have all the raw files and none of the edited files. So it's going to be better. That's what I'm telling myself after I spend a few hours with all that footage. Hey, Fantastic Raids. Welcome. You're in Australia, right? So we're sending the sun your way. Is it getting warmer down there yet? It's probably always warm down there, so all right. Not.
Maybe that's
it's not like Alaska. For some reason, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just not as cold. Let's see. So we loved our Revan. Dacia says they loved you first. So you did, Revan was your first costume?
Revan was my first costume.
Why did you choose that as your first costume?
He's just one of my favorite characters.
And you play the game?
I have not played the game.
You haven't played the game?
I have not played the game.
And he's one of your favorite characters?
He's one of my favorite
characters.
That's
really funny. It's awesome, actually. I think it's really cool. I just, like...
I mean, I've looked into the lore of him and all that.
Right.
And I read the book. And... just going based off of the little bit of lore that I know. Yes, James, and now you have it.
James.
I missed that suit, by the way. But
it's in good hands, right?
It is. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have gotten Kylo, which I have absolutely enjoyed being Kylo. So
nice. So you went from Revan to Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
What was the difference?
One was hotter.
I'm guessing Kylo.
Yes.
So how do people react to you in Kylo as compared to Revan?
I mean, they actually call me by my rightful name instead of, oh look, it's other Revan or other Kylo,
Other Kylo.
or oh look, it's Kylo Ren, but he has a weird lightsaber and he has different colored armor.
Oh. See, up here, I'm shocked at, and I guess Alaska, but I'm shocked at the amount of people that like, oh look, let's go take a picture with Darth Vader and little Darth Vader, talking about Sarah, and I'm like, we don't look that much alike, you know, and I mean, come on, like just try. They had to have seen the movie.
Yeah. But I mean, you could use that to your advantage because I think Kylo would love that. Oh look, it's other Darth Vader.
That's true. You're like, woohoo! I'm taking after my grandfather. Man.
Yeah. Then after I got my Kylo done, and I was literally standing right next to James, and we'd have people come up and be like, "Oh look, it's Kylo Ren and other Kylo Ren."
It's like, again, they don't look that similar, right? I mean,
no.
It's like, yeah. So it just makes no sense at all. James crossly says when he comes to visit, he'll let you wear it anytime when you go visit. Oh, he says, come visit. Yeah. So I guess you got to go visit. Reese is a Kylo too. Let's see. Not Kylo. Yeah. So, and then we have got our TIE pilot up here who wants to run around with a sign that says not Vader. And yeah, I don't know. People, Star Wars, and anybody dressed in black that looks Star Wars-ish, I think people just assume it's Darth Vader. And maybe that's why I wanted to be Darth Vader.
Kind of the same thing with troopers in white. They're always stormtroopers.
It's true. Biker scouts, snowtroopers, they just, oh, look, stormtrooper.
Yeah,
Stormtrooper.
Which, I mean, they're kind of not wrong, but still.
Yeah, kind of not wrong, but they're not right either. Just saying. So let's see. Reese, you get Darth Vader so much you have to correct people all the time. It gets aggravating. Sometimes it would. I mean, like Justin was saying, it'd be great to come up with a way that kind of is funny and throws people off a little bit in a way to respond to that, because you could really play around with it a lot. You know, like, do I look that old to you? Because Kylo's, the grandson of Darth Vader and stuff, and I don't know. Anyway, yeah, lots of people did that. I really do start feeling bad, like when everybody starts yelling, "Oh look, it's Darth Vader!" and there's a whole bunch of people, like Justin's there and Sarah's there, and there's a bunch of other people around, and I'm like,
it's because Vader's the MVP. Like,
he is, and he's really iconic, but
he is
start
Star Wars.
Feeling bad. It's true. That's why they merchandise him so much and make money off of him so much.
That's one of my. I have to contain myself from laughing, but every time I hear it once a troop at least. Hey, let's go take a picture with the Star Wars.
With the Star Wars. With the Star Wars.
With the Star Wars.
I can handle that. Let's go take a picture with the Star Wars. Reese, Adam, Google ROM effects. His site's down temporarily. Yeah, if you Google ROM effects, he's not making any right now. He did a run of 100 last year, I think. And but if you get on the Sith Lord Attachment forums, every once in a while one pops up for sale. And there's also some guys who are doing really great stuff with iPhones and voice synth, I think is the name of the app, and then a Zoom guitar pedal that actually people are getting amazing results with if you're going after Vader. So, and it's cheaper. Zoom guitar pedal is like $80, and a ROM effects is about $500. And then the other option for voice changer that's like a pre-built, ready to go thing is the Hyperdyne Labs Vortex 3, but that's another. It's kind of an expensive option. So, if you're looking for a voice changer that's like ready to go out of the box, then look at the Vortex 3. It's really small. It's tiny, which is a plus, I guess. I mean, yeah, big benefit. Fa asks, any info on the photo bucket problem with the Sith Lord attachment forum? Okay, so the photo bucket problem is a photo bucket problem. It is every forum in the world that people used, and more than forums, like people who were selling online on eBay and on Amazon, all got burned. I guess is the nice way to say it. Photobucket decided that unless you were willing to pay $400 a year, they would not allow you to show your photos on third-party sites. And unless you pay $100 a year, they won't even allow you to link to other sites. So basically, anybody who hosted anything on Photobucket, their photos are being held for ransom by Photobucket. And yeah, so a lot of us, like me and a few other people, are working on changing them over to a different hosting service and then going through our threads, which are many because I have like 3,000 posts on the Sith Lord attachment. And I have like 700 photos that I've posted on there that I'm working on changing over to a different hosting service. And it's just going to take a while. And really, it's really a bummer because all like years of research that had been posted on the Sith Lord Detachment forums and the RPF forums and the Prop Files forums, they all, the photos are all gone now. And so unless somebody's willing to work through and like rework their threads, they're just gone. Or unless they're willing to pay $400 a year, but I'm not paying $400 a year. You paying? No. It's no way. No way. There's lots of other options out there. And so, yeah, Photobucket really, really messed people up with that move. And the dumb thing is, I think they could have made a ton of money if they just said $30 a year or $40 a year. People probably would have done that. I would have done it rather than relink 700 photos. Like a lot of $30 a year is not that much, but 400 is not doing that. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Photobucket. I kind of think, and part of me kind of hopes that they go the way of MySpace and GeoCities and those other sites that nobody remembers anymore because they did something stupid. Hey, Cade. Let's see. Reese wants you to throw a Kylo Ren temper tantrum when you get called Vader. Yeah, there you go. You could do that. You just start bashing something up with your saber. You might want to get a cheaper saber, or at least a really durable one. But yeah, you could do something like that. Stomp around a little bit. David Goodfellow says Chewie steals the show from Vader. Yeah, so what I've heard is that Wookiee, especially Chewie, of course, but like any Wookiee is going to get called Chewbacca unless somebody actually knows who that Wookiee is, which very few people do. So a Chewbacca or an R2-D2 will steal the thunder from anybody else. Like, I have a guy I know that does Vader in the lower 48 and like back east New York area, and he said that he felt like a rope on a Goodyear blimp when R2 showed up at an event. Like, that was it. It didn't. Nobody else mattered. Everybody was looking at and talking about R2. So, which that's okay by me. I would probably get pretty excited to see R2 rolling around too, actually. So Mark asked, do I still consider Vader a 20th Century Fox character or a Disney character? Some argue the original characters are still 20th Century Fox characters and the new characters are Disney characters. That's an interesting question.
It is.
What do you think?
Well, wouldn't that make Kylo Ren a Disney prince?
Yes, it would. He's got the hair for it.
I don't know if I like that.
Maybe look at his hair.
Yeah,
it's like totally Disney Prince hair.
Still.
Long, black, flowing, wavy locks of hair. You're going to have to grow your hair out or get a wig.
I'll just keep the helmet on, thank you.
I don't know. I mean, to me, like, Vader's one of the originals. To me, Vader is a Ralph McQuarrie and Brian Muir character. Like that. Those guys were brilliant, and their work together was amazing. So that to me is like, that's their work. Because even Lucas, like, he sort of gave Ralph McQuarrie some rough ideas of what he wanted, but Ralph McQuarrie really came up with some amazing stuff. And then Brian Muir like made it in real life, which is amazing. So I would consider them their characters. The personality was provided by Lucas, but I'd say the character was pretty heavily shaped by Ralph McQuarrie and Brian Muir. So yeah, Disney's had Vader in their pocket for a long time, like even before they bought Lucasfilm.
Okay.
But honestly, they needed a lot of help. Most of their Vaders didn't look that great. Man, I see pictures of someone with a codpiece that's like the front of a VW bus. It's huge. I've never seen anything so big. I was like, how do they move around walking? Like, I mean, like it makes because Rogue One has a big codpiece, but like it made it look like it's a family-friendly show. I'm gonna stop there. So anyway, baby Ewok stole a lot of attention. That would be interesting. What do you think about trooping with an Ewok? Do you know anybody that did an Ewok? I don't know anybody that's done an Ewok, and I've never seen one like an Ewok.
I know of a baby Ewok.
A baby
Dacia's
Ewok?
daughter.
Is she
Ayla.
do a baby Ewok?
She has a little Ewok costume. It is probably the most adorable thing
Oh
I've ever
Lord,
seen.
yeah. Nobody can compete with that sort of cute.
Oh
That'd be
my
no
goodness,
way.
no.
No, that'd be done for. Yeah, there's no way. That's awesome.
Hi,
I want to see
Ayla.
pictures. You got to show me pictures at some point. I want to see pictures.
I
of
will
that.
get the pictures.
Okay.
I will get the
I
pictures.
really want to see pictures of that. Does she like it? Is it like, is it pretty comfortable for her? She likes.
Oh, I assume so. She has a wonderful time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. I just assumed Ewoks would be insanely hot and uncomfortable, but I guess not. But I always thought that about Wookiees too, and then I heard that if you do a Wookiee right, it's actually a really comfortable, lightweight, breathable suit.
Apparently she hates it.
She hates it.
All the time I saw her, it looked like she was enjoying herself. So.
Aw. I bet Ewoks are super popular with kids. The thing that blows me away, like my kids do Jawa every once in a while, Jawas, and they love it. And for the most part, like, well, adults love it. Adults freak out. It's the kids that kind of freak out with the Jawas. The glowing eyes, the like faceless kind of thing. They just like, they're a little scared. And so my kids, the first time they did their Jawas, we were doing the Trunk or Treat Town, which is a video like I posted 5 or 6 videos ago. They had to learn how to like warm people up and kind of get kids to loosen up around them, and a few didn't, but most would eventually after they kind of figured out, oh, it's just another kid in a costume. But it was funny watching them do it. My kids had a blast overall. But Jawa costume is not, it's not that hot, it's not that heavy, and anyway, well, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, anything compared to Kylo or Snowtrooper is not hot. So
right. You're glad you're doing a snowtrooper in Alaska. In a few months, like a month,
During
you're
the
going to be
winter, it's
super
gonna be
glad.
awesome.
Yeah. Toronto has Ewoks. I know there are people out there with Ewoks. I've never I've seen Ewok costumes for sale. I just cross them off my list right away because it's like half of my height and I can't squat that much and sit that much or kneel that much or walk around on my knees. I'd still probably be taller than an Ewok.
Yeah.
They're like 4'5", 5 foot tops, maybe. It'd start
Maybe.
giant Ewok club, like the giant Jawa club. The hood is the issue.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
The Dacia, you mean the hood on a Jawa, or because there's no hood on or does she have it? Does your daughter have a?
It's like a kid costume.
Well, yeah.
So it doesn't have like the face or anything. So it just has like a little hood that you put up.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. So you're breathing fresh air and stuff, that would be a little better than like the whole furry head.
Yeah. No,
thing.
it's not that.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
too creepy.
All right. So, Mark Hoofman asks, would you want Vader to appear in the Kenobi spinoff as Anakin or Vader? Maybe as a nightmare Obi-Wan has from his grief over losing his losses in ROTS? What do you think?
Well, I mean, that depends on which time frame they make the movie. If it's after...
Well, I think it has to be after the prequels. Because he's like a kid in the first one.
Yeah, but what's he going to be doing? Just sitting in his hut? That's going to be a long movie if
There's
he's just sitting there.
It'll be like the Star Wars version of Lawrence of Arabia. Just everybody will go out of the theater super thirsty. It'd be horrible. Oh. But then there's all kinds of lore about what Obi-Wan did in between. Like he had fights with Tuskens like left and right, and there was even a Jedi who like joined the Tusken Raiders. And
yeah,
like I mean stuff could happen. He was on the same planet as Jabba the Hutt. I mean,
yeah, but he stayed in a cave.
Yeah,
that's all he did.
But no, obviously he went out because he wouldn't have found Luke if he just stayed in his cave.
Doesn't exist anymore. It's not canon.
That's true. John's asking if we're still on. Anyway, I think I would love for Vader to appear in the Obi-Wan spinoff. I think it would be awesome. Especially because, I'm assuming that they're placing the Obi-Wan spinoff in the time period of after after Revenge of the Sith and before A New Hope. So because there's a lot of story they could tell in there. So I would think that they could show they could do great things with that. Like they could even show parts of like Vader hunting down the other Jedi, because it didn't all like stop after he wiped out the Jedi Temple. He went and hunted people down, and that's where I kind of hope they do a Vader spinoff, because that would be amazing. It'd probably be super and way too dark for Disney to ever do, but it would be awesome.
That's my thing. Like
It would be so
Vader
cool.
movie and Maul movie.
Oh, Maul movie would be great.
It's kind of like with the whole Avengers thing. Like everybody's been wanting a Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
There's no way Disney could do that.
No.
So the only way that they could do a Vader or a Maul is if someone else were to pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to give the rights to
Which
another
I don't
company.
see that happening.
But then again,
Anytime soon.
they own Marvel.
Yeah.
And anyway. So yeah, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be really cool to see just a glimpse here and there of, maybe Obi-Wan, like as he's like trying to keep Luke hidden and like trying to also stay alive and hidden from the onslaught of the Empire taking over.
So he goes from a cave to a moisture farm, then back to the cave.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
Pretty
maybe
much.
the longest 2 hours I've ever sat
Maybe he
through.
could fight a Krat Dragon or something. That could be something interesting.
Maybe.
I don't know. I hope. Well, I'm sure they're going to do a good job, because Kathleen Kennedy is doing a great job with all the Star Wars stuff she's done so far.
Except for the Han Solo.
Justin, read Kenobi. James wants you to read Kenobi.
You want me to read Kenobi?
Will they work Vader into the
Oh, the
Han
book.
Solo film?
Okay.
Now that's a good question. What do you think? In the Han Solo film?
Who, Vader?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't really have that high hopes for that one either.
The Han Solo
The
film?
Han Solo film.
I'm not as excited about the Han Solo film.
Well,
I'll go see it, but
yeah, you just can't have Han without Harrison Ford. You can't have Lando without Billy D. Williams.
that to me is like the biggest hurdle and challenge they have to overcome, is not having the original actors play those parts. And I understand why, because they,
They're
well,
all-
Harrison Ford doesn't want to.
Well, that too.
And Billy D. Williams probably doesn't want to either. If you like Space Cowboys, Star Wars style, I guess. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. Like they got their work cut out for them on that, and I'm sure Ron Howard's gonna do a great job. But
There is one way that they could mainly win me back, and that is if they have Dash Rendar in it.
oh, that's a good point.
It's the perfect place to have Dash Rendar.
That's true. That would
So.
be, yeah. Will they? Yeah, I don't think they'll work Vader into a Han Solo film. The thing about it is, like, if they do, it just will. It'll take too much attention away from anything else happening in the movie, and they even had that kind of fight in Rogue One. Like they had to be really careful about how much Vader was in the movie, because he's so awesome.
Shadows of the Empire was awesome. I played it pretty much every single day. So
I haven't played that one. I played Knights of the Old Republic.
and you got on to me for not playing Knights of the
Sorry.
Shadows of the Empire is older.
I know. I just never got. I did a whole bunch of like, what was the Jedi Knight one where you get to go to the training and you're oh my gosh, it was so old. It was like a
Jedi
PC only game.
Outcast?
Yeah, Jedi Outcast.
Okay.
I played those. Those were actually kind of fun. And then Knights of the Old Republic. And yeah, no Battlefront yet. You play Battlefront?
Which one? The old ones or the new ones?
The new one that they've come out with that they haven't released.
Sadly.
Number 2 yet. Is it not that great?
I mean, it's all right. I'm not that big of like a they basically tried to do like Call of Duty or Battlefield with Star Wars.
Right.
So they just reskinned the multiplayer of
Oh, okay.
Call of Duty
Yeah.
or whatever.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
But I am excited for Battlefront 2 because that's supposed to have a storyline.
Yes. iconic design. Kyle Katarn was great too. I really enjoyed that game series actually a lot. And I was a little bit bummed when I couldn't get it to run on any of my computers because everything was it just wasn't compatible anymore. I was like, oh, it was kind of a bummer. That was a fun game. So, and I played through Knights of the Republic twice, 2 or 3 times. I did like Ultra Evil, Ultra Good, and then kind of middle of the road. I have to say I kind of preferred the Ultra Evil side. It was a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just went around wiping everything out.
It's like with Forced Unleash, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Force Unleashed. Yeah, that's lots of fun. Cody says Infernal Squad for the win. Inferno Squad for the win. Yeah.
It was a pretty good book, so I'm looking forward to the game. So
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be cool to see what they do. I'm sure it'll be good. And so, what's your predictions on the movie coming out, Last Jedi?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think we're gonna find out who Snoke is. I really hope we do.
I really hope we do too. I think they're still gonna leave part of him for a mystery.
Probably. I just hope that they don't recreate ESB.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I do give Force Awakens credit. Yes, they did do a lot of repeating stuff. But, look at it from this point of view. Kylo wanted to be Vader. So he looked at all Vader's accomplishments and he's like, okay, how can I do this but better? We need to do this better.
And not like lose it in the end.
Right.
Even though he already lost the first Starkiller base.
Well,
so that begs a question then in in number 9, are they going to have a second Starkiller base?
No.
And Kylo's going to throw Snoke down a big long shaft. That's how they all go.
No.
No. I mean, I understand why they kind of stuck so close to A New Hope, as they're trying to restart the whole Star Wars brand in movies, which they did really well because it's made gobs of money. But yeah, I wish they departed from it a little bit further, And it's kind of interesting because they're pulling out ideas from the non-canon, the extended universe stuff, like the Starkiller thing was a thing, and it was different, but it was a thing. They pulled a lot of ideas off of that, and then of course they pull Thrawn into Rebels, and now he's got his own book, and yeah, I think Snoke is Admiral Thrawn. He bleached himself and had a tough time for a while. Thrawn wasn't 7 feet tall, though.
There's so many theories about that.
There's
theories that he's Thrawn, the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
That the kid that Anakin struck down.
Yep. Seen that one.
That he's Jar Jar Binks for some reason.
That's my favorite theory, I think, just because it's so ridiculous. It's just like, yeah, Snoke is Jar Jar Binks, and I mean the whole theory of like Jar Jar Binks was actually the other Sith Lord in the prequels, and like, I think it's totally ridiculous. But then you watch it, you're like, actually, he made some good points. Like, yeah,
something definitely wasn't going on there.
He happened to be at every major turning point of the movies. Every single time.
He was
it's
the one
a lot of coincidence.
They turn over emergency powers to Palpatine.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And yeah, he basically, he screwed everything up for everybody, really, pretty much.
Thanks, Jar Jar. It's all your fault.
It's another reason everybody wants to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Add it to the list.
So Vincent says, how about Obi-Wan goes into a cave, has a vision of fighting Vader, alluding to the future fight on the Death Star, like Luke fought Vader and Dagobah. That way they could have Vader versus Obi. Well, that would be interesting. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
I'd hope they do more than 3 saber crossings before Obi-Wan chops off Vader's head, or whatever happens there.
Yeah.
Or maybe Vader chops off Obi-Wan's head in that vision, since that's what happens.
We'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah. Brian says in 9 they learn that bigger is not better. So they go to like a planetoid or a moon, a small moon. That sounds familiar. Wait, a small moon. We're going. That's the way everything's going now. Technology is getting smaller, faster, sleeker.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go to a smaller moon, an asteroid, with a
minus space slugs.
Kyber crystal core.
Sure.
Without the space slugs, yeah. Yeah, that's the First Order's new secret weapon is space slugs. You heard it here first.
Yep.
We should do a show where just to throw out every just possibly insane wild theory about Star Wars that we possibly could, just for fun.
I think they've already done that.
I'm sure somebody has. Man, it would be fun. Let's see. Cape Care, iron or steamer? Neither. I haven't done either to my cape. Well, I have ironed it. I've ironed it when I, with the pleats on the surcoat and the edge. I have to iron every once in a while until I understitch it. I think steamer is safer. Well, not really. I guess you could. I don't know. If the cape is that you have is really wool, like mine is, you got to be just super, super, super careful. So I try and do as little of that as possible. I just keep it rolled. I keep it folded nicely and not hanging when it's put away. I fold it and put it on a shelf so it doesn't, because it's all worsted wool, which is not like knit fabric. It's very flexible and it will move over time from the weight of itself and it'll change a shape. So I try and not keep it hung up. And when it's not in use, I keep it just folded in its bag and sitting on a shelf. So that's what I do. I haven't washed it. I don't think I'll take it to a dry cleaner because I'm scared to. And I just try and keep it clean as is. And so far it's worked pretty well. I vacuumed it once after we did a troop on orange carpet that had just been installed, and everybody was covered in orange fuzz at the end. It was our New Year's Day troop this year. Or no, a Super Bowl party troop at the Sheridan. Why orange carpet? God almighty. No idea why anybody would put orange carpet in a hotel. But they did. And it was very orange. And it showed up really well on every white and black costume that we had. Which was all of us. I'm still bitter about that. I spent 2 hours vacuuming my cape off to get it clean. So JT Clark made it.
Grandfather's here. Yes.
You made it. That's amazing, John. Nice. Welcome to the stream. First time for everything, I guess. Itty Bitty Brian says, Itty Bitty exhaust ports. I'm voting for a mesh or something over the exhaust ports. And don't let a guy named Galen Orso build the next one.
I mean, even like chunks of plywood to cover it up would be better than nothing.
It's true. Like, there's all kinds of things they could do.
A piece of cardboard or something?
Yeah. They probably have really good luck with just putting Ewoks by it. Just spitballing here, Ewoks protect the next Death Star. Apparently they can beat a whole legion of the Emperor's best troops with rocks and logs and slingshots. They had a little help from Chewie.
A little bit.
A little. Yeah, anyway, so, okay. You pray that Luke still has his green lightsaber and uses it in The Last Jedi. There's no reason for him not to use it. And from the D23 footage, it looks like they do some fighting at some point. I want to see Luke and I want to either see Luke and Kylo go after it, because I think Kylo would be pretty outmatched. I would really love to see Luke and Snoke go after it. And then we find out that Snoke, like the episode of was it in season 5 of the Clone Wars, when Palpatine shows up when Darth Maul and Savage have taken over Mandalore, and Palpatine shows up to put them back in their place, and he is laughing the whole time he's handling them with lightsabers. He
awesome.
Didn't even break a sweat. He was just like, "Oh, this is fun. Let's play for a little bit, boys, and then I'll kill one of you and torture the other one."
Then we find out that he is the last Jedi.
Yes. That's what I'm waiting for. The big twist is Snoke is actually the last Jedi and Luke went bad. Rey goes bad. Kylo
Well,
turns good.
I mean, it would kind of be.
Snoke is
actually
Kylo's
see them-
father. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Never mind.
Dang it, Barry! Quit screwing up the timelines. No, I could actually see them doing that though. Like
What if Snoke was Vader's
Snoke
father?
being.
Anakin's father. Ooh, that's a theory I haven't heard yet. That Snoke actually made Anakin happen.
Be interesting.
Just saying.
Be interesting.
You never know. Anyway, yeah, that was. John Clark says it's like trying to blow up the Death Star to get onto YouTube.
No, they didn't really have that big of an issue doing so.
They really
so.
didn't. Why is it so hard to get on YouTube? Get into YouTube. Onto YouTube? Into YouTube. Anyway. He does not dash. Yes, I see some of the problems right there. Sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I got called Jason by a guy I worked with for 6 years. And I corrected him for 6 months, and then I just gave up. Because clearly, I was Jason in his brain. And he either just didn't care, or, well, that might be the case. He was an older guy, but yeah. Reese says Snoke looks like he's in golden pajamas. If you look at the Lego version, the toy box artwork. Yeah. Well, and then what I've heard about Snoke is like he's kind of like he lives in luxury. Like he likes luxury and likes nice stuff. So golden, golden robe. Obviously, the dude has some problems. He's not exactly in the best shape of his life, unless that's the way he looked when he was born, which I hope not.
I really hope not.
I would like to find the backstory on how that happened, and like if that was like something that Luke did, or what if Snoke is Darth Maul? No, Darth Maul died in Obi-Wan. If they hadn't killed off Darth Maul,
spoiler alert.
Like if they hadn't killed off Darth Maul in the Rebels, he could have been. If they hadn't brought Darth Maul into Rebels at all, he could have been. Because the last we saw Darth Maul before that was Palpatine was torturing with electricity.
Yeah.
It could have made him 7 feet tall and white.
I mean,
with blue eyes.
Going where they did with Darth Maul anyway, he's due for a comeback. So
That's true. He's survived worse.
Yeah.
Like he got cut in half this way, and Obi-Wan didn't completely cut him in half this way, so like it's plausible.
He didn't die. He just passed out for a few hours.
It would line up with the scar on Snoke's face here.
It's new theory.
New theory.
Maul is Snoke.
Could you imagine? That would be crazy. Oh, good. JT Clark has a question for us. Single, dating, Sagittarius, etc. All the ladies are interested.
He's talking to you.
Wait, me? Well, he said both of us. I'll go first. I'm happily married. I have 3 kids, and I plan to stay that way.
I am single. And I don't have any kids. I plan to keep it that way for a little bit.
That's good. So, yeah. I think it was mostly meant for you. That question was mostly meant for you. Yeah. Well, but he said I have a question for the 2 of you. John, you need to work on your phrasing. It's important. Like, grammar is important in cases like that. So, anyway. Yes. It's not to say that... Apparently, bad boys really do bring out things in ladies, because I have seen some women swoon over Vader and try and grab my butt. Did you ever get stuff like that in Kylo?
There was one group that they were kind of fangirling over me. It was at the movie theater troupe we did.
It's just weird to me. I'm like,
A little bit.
It's like you just... Are you trying to escape reality or what? Because, this is a fake character from a movie that you're like got the hots for, and yeah. Anyway, let's see. What do you guys think of? So, what do you think of the Knights of Ren, and what do you think they'll be up to in the Last Jedi?
Are they bringing them back? Because I really want to know more about them.
I want to know more about them. I think we'll see them, and I think either they're going to get wiped out.
I hope not.
Or, but I think there's going to be a battle especially between Rey and a bunch of the Knights of Ren. I have a feeling. I have a feeling that they and Kylo are all going to show up where Luke and Rey are, and there's going to be a little showdown at OK Island. Or whatever. And then we're going to find out that those cute little, what are those little guys called? The little
Porgs?
The cute little porgs are actually
porgs.
like the most vicious, just destructive beings on that
Gremlins.
particular planet. Like, they're
Turn into gremlins.
they turn into gremlins. I was thinking they turn into like the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Like they just go berserk and kill everybody on the island, something like that. That's why those monks were there. They had to keep the peace. Like they were keeping the porgs in check. Another Star Wars first theory that you've heard here first.
Porgs are actually vicious killing machines.
John Clark says there are little girls everywhere who are in love with you now. Congratulations.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Mark agrees. It's weird when people try and hit on Vader and others in costume. I agree. I don't get it. I don't like. I could see getting excited, like you get to meet a movie character, but like wanting to hit on him is. I guess I should say it's a little concerning.
Just a bit.
Like that right there would be my first red flag if I was single. It's the fact that somebody's wanting to hit on a fictional character being portrayed by an adult running around in a plastic spacesuit.
Yes.
It's a little bit concerning right there. But yeah, so anyway. Ladies like the bad guys, boys. That's what J.D. Clark says. Yeah, obviously they do.
Yeah.
Because
I've never been hit on in my Jedi, so apparently.
Yeah, it's just, yeah. So, you have anything you want to say to all your friends back in Idaho?
Miss you guys. Hopefully, I'll be coming to troop with you guys soon. Yeah.
And you're liking it up here?
I am.
Surviving? Okay.
Barely, yeah.
You enjoy trooping with us still?
Yeah.
That's good. Who do you dislike the most? Don't answer that. Just kidding. Yeah. Who do you like the most? No, don't answer that either. So. What's your favorite part about trooping up here?
That's a tough question. And I don't know if I can pinpoint it to just one thing. Because, I mean, we have such a great group up here. You hear horror stories of, like, other garrisons and all that where they pretty much discriminate and, like, totally bash other people. And it's like, why? You're...
Brian. J.T. Clark says the weather, and it's true. We do have really nice weather for trooping outdoors most of the time.
Depending on your costume, yes.
Also true. The weather is about to get even better for trooping outdoors.
Yeah.
It's about to get.
But how many outdoor troops are we going to have in those months?
Not many.
Yeah.
We'll be inside where the heat is about 78, is what it feels like. It's, warm. But the good thing is you can step out the door and you instantly go from being hot to being extremely comfortable.
Okay, good.
Like, it's really fast.
It's good, I suppose.
If it's really, really cold, like below zero, it's shockingly fast how fast you cool down. It's an interesting thing to experience, to step out from like 70 degrees to like 10 below or 15 below and realize how fast you cool down at that temperature. It's really, really fast. You really cool down quick. Yeah, Admiral Tao, he's yeah, I'm not going to say that, but it's not true. He was one of the nicer ones, actually. I think that's why Vader hasn't force choked him yet.
Yeah,
he really screwed up, and he was nice to the kids that we visit in the hospitals.
Yeah.
It's true. Dacia wants to know who's your favorite, them versus us. Well, you're not going to answer that. I'm going to have to stop the stream. Jeez. Hey, Matt. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I agree, John. Don't make the poor boy answer that question. It'd be like asking him who's the best Vader between you and me. That'd be just mean to ask. And to broadcast it live on YouTube would be really, really mean. So, let's see. You wonder if any of the snowtroopers or other Blizzard troops ever got into a snowball fight or preferred their own Hoth up there in Alaska? Wait, I don't understand what you're asking. Snow troopers or blizzard troopers ever got into a snowball fight or prefer their own Hoth up there in Alaska?
I'm the only one, so
Yeah, you're the only one right now.
it'd be kind of weird to have a snowball fight with myself.
You can do it.
How would that even work? Would I
I
just
don't
like
know.
throw it up in the
Straight
air
up
get
and
hit
then
by
like
it?
trying to yeah, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to try. We should get a picture of you and me throwing snowballs at each other this winter in costume.
Yes,
That
I agree.
Would be, that'd be
I agree.
Cool. We need to do that. We need to go down to like Portage Glacier when the snow berms are like 8, 9, 10 feet tall.
Oh,
And
yeah.
do that. That would
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun. Yeah, might have to do that. Nation.
Favorite Vader? Well, I'm not gonna say David Prowse. We'll go David Prowse.
There you go. That's a good politically correct answer. It would be my favorite Vader too, to be honest.
Definitely not Hayden Christensen, but
Nope, not even a bit. Daisha wants to know favorite there versus here, not which group. So you want to know what place is Justin's favorite place to troop, but not which group is your favorite group to troop with. Just what place has been your favorite place to troop so far.
I don't know. Probably one of the hospital visits.
Did you do hospital visits in Idaho?
No.
You never
we
did
didn't.
one? They're my favorite troops.
My first hospital visit was my first troop here.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
So.
Man, we need there needs to be a patch for that or something, or a coin, or something that's just like first hospital visit.
Yeah.
You get a stamp on
Little
your
sticker.
little passport thing, something. You need that we can start at the 501st, like a passport. You get stamps for different types of troops you do. Collect them all. Let's see. What David Goodfellow asked, what's the longest I've been suited up as Vader? My longest time trooping without a break was 3 hours and 28 minutes at the 4th Avenue Theater troop that we did this spring-ish. And that was a long time. My longest time suited up as Vader without like taking the suit off, I think was 7 hours, a little over 7 hours at one of the big events we did the first year I was doing events up here. It was really long and it was really hot and I was extremely, extremely tired by the end. But normally I think like the longer troops we've done about 6 hours ish, right?
About that, yeah.
And we take breaks every hour or so. Like the
2 hours.
AFES was about 6 hours. The Kids Day was about 6 hours. We took lots of trade outs and breaks on the Kids Day event and stuff.
I wasn't at the Kids Day.
The big troop we have coming up is going to be at the fair, and that's going to be a long troop as well. So that I'm curious to see how that one is going to work out because, yeah, we're working on the details of that one right now. Anyway,
It's going to be a fun trip.
there's lots of details to figure out for that one still. Like
I'm going to be debuting one of my secret projects at that troop, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. How is it going out to eat after trooping? Is there ever been a time you had to stay in costume? No, not stay in costume. I wouldn't try and eat in costume. I barely can get myself to drink water in costume. I would like bend over and put my mouth way out there so I don't drip anything on the costume. Maybe you have that problem, but not as much.
No, not really.
Not so much. Whatever. Anyway, yes, going out to eat after is great, especially when we go out to eat somewhere that has really good salty food with lots of protein. Well, lots of food, period. Because usually we're all pretty hungry and we need a lot of salt by that point because we sweat a lot of salt out. And usually all of us just want to drink water, nothing else for that time.
Yeah.
That's why I think our favorite place to go out to eat, either before or after troops, usually, especially after, is Kava's because they serve lots of food. It's really good food. It's really good food.
It is.
It's just, yeah, anyway. So, you've seen it on a few of the videos. Let's see. Steve Landry says, Steve from Jersey. Hi, Steve from Jersey. You have a picture of Vader getting into the kit car from Knight Rider. You'll have to send it to me. Yes, please send that to me. I would love to see that. I think I may have seen that picture, but I would love to see that anyway. Reese says, footage at the fair, please. I am planning on it. I'm absolutely planning on it. I do actually have a couple of like events that we've done that I have footage from that I haven't edited or uploaded yet because I've just been trying to get my old ones transferred over to this channel. But I am working on those soon. And then yes, we will probably get tons of footage from the fair because that's going to be a monster troop. And then what else we have? Oh, Native Medical Center this week, going to the hospital and stuff like that. But those ones we don't almost never get footage of because patients' privacy, and we're there to really make them have a better day. And so that's the focus, not getting footage of ourselves being awesome in costume.
There's plenty of time for that other places.
So much time for that other places. Probably too much time for that at other places. John Clark's doing Vader and Yoda Park balloon launch. Oh, that's awesome. I'm a little jealous. The following weekend, 4 mornings in a row, 6:30 a.m. Not sure how cranky Vader will be without coffee. I would get Vader some coffee first. Like, definitely, you should get him some coffee.
Get some Dutch Bros for me there, John.
Oh, Brian, that's right. I did. When somebody was asking me about eating in costume, I ate in costume at Avies. I was extremely cautious about eating, though. I was very careful. I was also really hungry. So, John Gavlik has, have I perfected the new speaker system? John, it is perfected. It is, well, you trooped with me, right? Since I've got the new setup? The new...
Yeah, I think I did.
The super hot day at the park was one. Everything since then has been just that.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Anyway, it's awesome. A bunch of other Vaders have tried it out. I was telling JT Clark about it earlier, and the transducers are fantastic. The new ones I got, I thought would work better. They won't for me. Actually, they might work better for you or Justin, because they're attached to a plate, a small like plastic plate, and they're just a little different. So anyway, I'm really happy with the way mine are working out right now. So I'm gonna just probably leave them the way they are. But come over, brother. We'll get one hooked up for you and set up on your Stormtrooper, and we'll get one hooked up and set up on your Snowy if you want. And you've got that perfect place right in the middle of your chest armor. It's like, it's perfect. It won't even have to ruin anything. It just.
I'm gonna try to mess around with some stuff because my Kylo voice changer, if I set it to just a normal voice, it gives it just the right amount of static that I like. So,
yeah.
But I don't want to tear that thing apart because that's my Kylo, and I might start using it for my Snowy. So.
True. And like the setup I'm using now wouldn't work for a Kylo. Kylo doesn't have any big flat plates yet. He might by episode 9.
By episode 9, he's gonna look like some Voltron Mechazord.
Voltron Mechazord Samurai crossover will be Kylo in episode 9. But he'll have wavy, flowing, dark locks of hair for his Disney princehood thing still. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, you can't imagine how mad Vader would be if he spilt his drink on his fine leather suit and electronics. He'd slaughter rebels of it just because. That's true. I would do that. Mark Hoopman says, you think you'd go to Five Guys or someplace along the line of that kind of a restaurant after a troop? Yeah, and that's why we love Kava's is great, because it's like, it's really good food, and it's a lot of it, and it's actually not that expensive.
No,
like,
really
it's cheaper than Red Robin or Chili's or any of those kind of places, so it's really good.
The only thing is,
so much food.
It's kind of out of the way for some people. Like,
it's
if we have a troop on one end of town, we have to go all the way to the other end just to get there.
It's just right across. It's down from my house.
Well, from your house, yes.
So close for me. I'm always going that way anyway, so
but our troops aren't right across the street. As cool as that would be, because it would be close to me as well. Yes, that would be.
John lives down the street from me now. That's right, you do. Yes, you can come over and we can do it sometime. Text me. We'll make a plan, because I'd love to get it set up on a Stormtrooper and get you trying it out too. David Goodfellow. More info on my speakers. David, yes. If you go on the Sith Lord attachment and look up transducers, it'd be in the under the Vader section. It'd be under voice systems, something like that. And it's I started the post. Darth Sloan started the post. And it's all about transducers, and it's all of my kind of everything I've done and experimented with, and then a few other guys who've also been jumping on it and experimenting and experiences they've had. So it's a great read. I've got some videos posted there. I've got lots of links for where to get the parts, the bits and the pieces, and how stuff is hooked up and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. And I have a couple of videos on this channel, like I think my live stream from 3 weeks ago. I showed it off in the live stream, and I'm going to be doing a video about it specifically soon on this channel, so that I can post it on the Sith Lord attachment, and then all of you people can see it too. So David has, you've got a Boom 2 speaker on your belt and an Acre speaker on your belt, but you want to, okay, so for me, like I had a speaker in my chest box, an Acre there, and then I had 2 Acres on my belt, and it was really loud. It could get super loud, but going from that and then having the voice come from right here, and according to Brian, it sounds like it's coming from the helmet, and it's clear, it's easy to hear, and fairly easy to understand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really tell because it's in my head, and then I've gotten rid of the speakers on my belt completely, and I won't put them on unless we're going to do like a sports game where I've got to be just obnoxiously loud, because it's so nice not having anything. The wires hanging down, I only have 2, with the mic wire and the speaker wire that goes to the ROM effects. Everything else is just, it's already on the armor. It's so nice not having speakers on my belt. Not to mention I lost 3.5 pounds off my costume weight, because the 2 speakers on my belt were like 1.5 pounds each, and then the speaker here is not that much, but it's something. So anyway, it's absolutely, it's great. And everybody else that's been trying it has really loved the results too, so try it out. And I've tried it with 2 different sets of armor now, really a thinner set of armor and a thicker set of armor, and they both have worked great and sounded great. So try it out. It's really, really fun. Check it out. And it's not that expensive for the parts anyway. Well, depending on what you have, I guess I should say. There's always a caveat to that. Let's see.
Do we have 5 Guys up here?
No, there is no Five Guys up here. That's right, Mark asked. We have 5 Guys in Alaska. We have no 5 Guys up here.
That makes me sad, because I like 5 Guys. They have good food.
You're telling me. Oh, and then somebody played a really cruel joke and put up a sign company that I won't name, put up a sign, In-N-Out coming soon.
I remember
on a
that.
vacant lot in Anchorage. And you should have seen Facebook go crazy up here. I'm like, every friend of mine in Anchorage was posting about it, and everybody's like, they were just going crazy. People were live video streaming it.
Oh yeah.
And then it turns out it was a prank, and the vitriol toward this poor sign company is.
Didn't they do that twice? Like they did it with another.
They've done it with another thing too, and now it's like, that was cruel, man. That was just so cruel. Oh my gosh, because.
It was cruel, but it was a good joke.
It was a good joke. It was a really brilliant prank. Oh my lord, it was so brilliant. But yeah, really, really mean, really mean. Yeah, we have Red Robin, we have Olive Garden, we don't have a lot up here. You know, it's Alaska. There's only 700,000 people that live up here. 300,000 of those people live in Anchorage. Another 100,000 live 30 miles outside of Anchorage. It's just like companies take that sort of stuff into consideration when they think about launching something up here. Probably, if somebody brought an In-N-Out up here or a Chick-fil-A, they would make money hand over fist, though. I mean, they would just.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember the first Dairy Queen when it opened up. It had a line of cars, 1/4 mile long, all day long for months. Like just. So, anyway, somebody.
Pancake taco is Idaho only. John.
Yeah.
When I come visit, we can make one. Other than that, Idaho.
Spy Hunter says, so is Vader and the Little Troopers excited for the solar eclipse? Is there a solar eclipse happening?
Yeah, it's happening tomorrow, but...
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, it's starting in Oregon, and it's ending... want to say the trajectory goes all the way through the U.S. over to Florida.
Something like that, yeah. So basically, Alaska is so far north. No, we're not excited about it. Not to mention the fact that Alaska is covered right now by 90% of Alaska is covered by clouds. So nobody cares about the eclipse because we wouldn't really see it anyway, even if we're just too far north for that kind of stuff.
I do feel sorry for anyone who's having to deal with that, though. My parents have told me all of that. Oh, the highways are packed. Entire cities are running out of gas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All of the hotels, like everywhere, are booked. It is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
All to see the sun get covered up for a couple hours.
Wow. And then, of course, like, use the right glasses.
Yes.
Or don't burn your eyeballs out staring at the sun.
Yeah.
Because apparently we have to tell people don't stare at the sun now. Just putting that out there. Anyway. Too bad I wasn't Blood Moon. Yeah, if I had my costume completed for the last couple Blood Moons we had last year, I probably would have tried to sneak a picture with it. It'd been fun. It'd have been a hard photograph to take, though, because Vader's so dark. It'd be dark. It'd be interesting. A real pro photographer would have to actually take that. JT Clark, I don't know what you mean by does my grandson ever say much. I assume you're talking about Sarah, who does Kylo up here right now, because Justin's been talking a fair amount tonight. Then you talk.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Once I get Kylo up here, I'll probably talk a lot more.
Yeah. Sarah does talk. She doesn't talk a lot, and she doesn't talk super loud when she does, but she does talk.
Talks a little bit more since I gave her the voice changer.
Yeah, actually, she's started talking a lot more since she got the voice changer. It doesn't, for some reason though, that does not come through well on camera. It doesn't. It has a harder time picking it up. Well, whatever reason that is. Anyway, they opened a tent village next to an airport in Idaho. Oh my lord! Wow,
this is ridiculous.
Is this once in 7,000 years kind of event or what?
I think the last one was like 36 years ago.
Okay, so that's not that long ago.
So no.
I mean, like, there's a chance you'll see another one in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think this one just happens. I don't know, because I've seen eclipses before, and I'm not 36. So
I've seen eclipses before.
I guess it's just the trajectory that this one's on only happens.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Mark asks if there are any cons coming up for our troops, and if we'll encounter Zach again. I doubt we'll encounter Zach Callison again because I don't think he's coming up here anytime soon. We do have Alaska's biggest convention, SenchiCon, is coming up at the end of September, beginning of October. So which we will be at, and I'm sure you'll get lots of footage from, because at the conventions things are a little bit easier to, like, put a camera on the end of my lightsaber and put a camera on the end of your blaster.
Maybe.
Just whatever, So that, that's why I posted those last two SenchiCon. Those are actually a lot of, that was, the convention last year was a lot of fun. And so yeah, you're going to be up here for that, right? Be around?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Doing 2 cons that month.
Nice.
That'll be fun.
That'll be awesome.
Rose City Comic Con, Portland, Oregon.
I wish I could travel more. Jeez, that'd be fun. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be doing a SenchiCon here in a month and a half, yeah. And so,
later, James. Good night.
Bye, James. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Actually, we're gonna wrap up the stream here too, because I've got to go put my kids to bed, and probably eventually go to bed myself.
That might be a good idea.
After about 2.5 hours of trying to keep my kids in bed. It's about how the night goes for me, generally. It's fun. So, let's see. Good night, Spy Hunters. Thanks for hanging out. JT Clark asks, do like 30 people attend from Alaska? Ouch, that was mean. My dark side coming out. No, that's pretty accurate. No, I think last year they had 3, 4, I think it said about 5,000 people attended the SenchiCon last year.
That's not bad.
No, it's really not. It's definitely Alaska's largest. There's a couple of other, like a steampunk convention and a couple other ones, but anyway, but yeah, the SenchiCon one is pretty big, and this year they moved to a larger facility because last year they weren't able to handle everything in one facility. They had to split it between a couple places, so this year will be in a bigger facility. Same place we did Kids Day. Should be interesting. But it'll actually be a lot of fun, I think, and we're going to try and do all kinds of shenanigans. So, all this Vader competition. I don't mind a little friendly competition, John. So, let's see. Thanks for the sound tips. You're welcome, David. Go do some shopping. Read that thread and then do some shopping. Parts are not that expensive if you have an amplified out. If not, I'm pretty sure I linked in that thread somewhere about an inexpensive amplifier, small amplifier you can get and put together. Or it comes put together and you can just plug it in, put it in a little wrapper or something to keep it safe, and then you're good to go. And let's see. Mark says, a word of advice: if you ever troop at San Diego Comic-Con, get there early. Underestimate the crowd 3 times and then realize you need to be there at 4:30 a.m. just to get in line on time.
I believe it.
I'd believe it too. I don't think
tickets
I'm
sell
do that,
out
though.
like 20 minutes after they go on sale.
It's insane. It's crazy.
Like my friends bought tickets for it a few years ago, and they did it online, and they were in a queue for the queue to buy tickets.
Queuing for the queue to buy tickets, so you can go wait in line to get in.
Wait in line to get tickets.
Yeah.
So
we don't. They wait in line for SenchiCon, but it's nothing like that.
Yeah, but no, this was like online.
Yeah,
they're in
insane.
A queue.
That's crazy.
For a queue to go to the page to buy tickets.
That's crazy. That's just crazy. So,
I would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con, but I do not see that happening in the foreseeable future.
I don't. Yeah.
I'll stick to Rose City and Emerald City and.
Good night, John.
Good night, Grandfather.
Talk to you again soon, I'm sure. Bug you somewhere on Facebook and probably troll you in some upcoming vlog. Actually, I think we did troll you in an upcoming vlog that I haven't edited yet. Justin and I both did, I think. Anyway, so we're going to end the live stream now because it's late, sort of late up here. Well, it's late for my kids anyway. I got to go get them in bed. And yeah, Justin needs to go home and go to sleep because he's got to work tomorrow.
Work nights.
I'm
going to be
3 in the afternoon
for like another 4 hours, 5 hours.
Anyway, so thanks everybody for tuning in, especially all you people who know Justin from Idaho. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And yeah, if you haven't liked the video, share it. If you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe if you like doing this kind of stuff and the other stuff that I post on this channel, saber builds and costuming stuff and lots of Star Wars stuff. So thanks everybody for hanging out and being on the stream. I'll be streaming again. Actually, I think I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow night with Sarah, who does Kylo. So if you want to come back, same time, 7 o'clock here, which is 8 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Mountain time, 10 o'clock Midwest time, and 11 o'clock East Coast time. And then the rest of you anywhere else in the world have to figure it out yourselves. So
that's more than I would have given them.
same time as last time, as this time. Same time as almost every time that I stream. Yeah. So anyway, thanks everybody. We'll be back soon. Another video.